A lot of very good instructors for years is there's a big difference between being fast and creating speed. The idea is that if you're creating speed, there's consistency. If you're fast, then your golf swing is probably inconsistent from top to bottom and through. Can you explain that?
Well, yeah, I think there's a difference. You know, people think that tempo and rhythm are about the same thing, and actually they're not, Gary. Tempo is a measure of speed. Tempo is it took 1.2 seconds to hit the ball. It took half a second to hit the ball. Rhythm is the relationship between how long the backswing took and how long the downswing takes. And most people think they swing too fast. They actually don't. I mean, the people on tour are swinging much faster, but what most players do is they swing too quick too soon. And so my favorite one has always been 1 and 2. Now you can go fast now, 1 and 2, and the and gives you just time to get that squat that we know now happened, push into the ground and then go into that spine extension. So the body's got a lot to do with how far we hit it. Although I must say, and Holly knows this because we talk about it, if I can have the club,
sure.
Don't neglect your hands and wrists. The body's the engine, but if you don't do the right thing with the hands and wrists, it's like having a car that's got no wheels. Not much use. You have to cock your wrist properly, and so when you're going back, you need to get about a 90-degree angle, or even a little less actually, between the left arm and the shaft. For me, I'm a right-hander. Here's a great drill to do at home for that. Just hold the club out in front of you, left arm, lead arm about parallel to the ground. See if you can make a 90-degree angle. Now, I have fairly flexible wrists, not too hard for me. See if you can do that without, come on, Damon, without letting go of the club. Not bad, not bad. If you wanted a bit more power, let your right arm fold as you do that. Not your left arm, so let the right arm fold a bit as you do that. And that's the sort of the cocking. So to me, you load it, you store it, and then you dump it out. And if you hit it in the middle, you can definitely get some real whack on that.
He's going to hold it right there.
I like this. You stay there until next season's School of Golf.
And I'll be ready.
You will be ready for something. Nobody knows what, but you will be ready for something.
Let me ask you one more thing about the idea of hitting it in the center. With all the modern technology and all these thin faces, do you think that actually just slightly on the outside of the center might be the sweet spot with some of these?
Well, it's not. It's what I would call the hot spot.
Okay.
I mean, golf clubs have one sort of central percussion. But very, very well said, Guy. Maybe 1 or 2 dimples high and 1 or 2 dimples to the toe. But for most people, they're so far off the heel and the toe that sweet spot's a good goal to go for.
Yep.
Martin, we talked about this a couple times, but there is a way to create lag. Some people say, hey, you're just born with it. You can't teach it, but you can?
Oh, I don't think you're just born with it. I mean, I think a lot of it starts, Holly. Good question there. Good comment. It starts with having a grip that makes it easier to square the club face. If you do have a grip where it's up in the palm of your left hand and you have a weak grip, you're going to come in with the face open, and then the computer here says, well, let's stop that. And, you know, round comes the club. Anybody who's starting in the game, a stronger grip. Funnily enough, I saw Adam Scott doing this on the 14th tee at the President's Cup, and I pointed out, and Lisa said, well, he's been doing it for ages, so I don't know what I've been looking at. But just before he hit that fabulous shot where he drove it on 14 green, before he hit it, he put the club right there, put his left hand on there, and what a great way that is to put your left hand on the golf club, because that will put it on in a strongish position. And apparently he does it every time. I only just started seeing it.
Great.
You're too busy giving lessons is what you're doing.
Yes.
And by the way, not only is he been, as Holly pointed out, the PGA of America Teacher of the Year, but in the top 10 again in Golf Digest's national list of all instructors. And of course, you can see there the guy who's leapt all the way up to number 2, and he can help you and your guide. And there you see Martin Hall, previously at 7. Well, how can you fall to 10? I got issues with the issue. And Wednesday night, School of Golf, you and Holly
every week
with more great information to help you improve. Damon's going to ask you 70 or 80 questions during the break. When we come back, the question about Stacey Lewis. Yes, she lost a gut-wrenching tournament, and then she said, you know what? I'm checking out for a while.